And the story of the day today is record-breaking heat. The 41st day over 100 degrees this year in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the heat today is going to be the major story of this event. The drivers, their cars, and their pit crews are going to have to withstand those conditions in order to win the race.
Texas Motor Speedway, 2.3 miles, 8 turns on a roval. Now we're going to start our lap. It really has. Normally the drivers don't like this type of thing. They call it boring. How do you get bored at 180 miles an hour? But this place they like.
Why don't we take a look at the starting lineup for the Grand Prix of Texas. On pole, Corvette in the second of the two qualifying sessions of the GT Pole Center, the Dick Barber Racing Porsche of Lucas Luhr and Dirk Muller, 15th overall. Other notables in the field, the GTS Corvette starting 12th. Ron Fellows and Andy Pilgrim hoping to challenge the Vipers for their so far undefeated string in American Le Mans Series competition. And the winners at the most poured round of the GT class, the Alex Job Racing Porsche of Randy Pobst and Bruno Lambert starting back in 17th position. Onboard cameras got some great rides for you for our coverage of the Grand Prix of Texas. This is the BMW M3, Johannes van Overbeek and Hans Stuck to share that machine. And they have to come from a long way in the grid. 23rd position is where they will start. Here's the GT pole-winning Porsche, Lucas Luhr and Dirk Barber. Dirk Muller in the Dick Barber car, starting in 15th position.
Covered them both.
There you go. In this race.
They are the team to beat. They are very polished, very, very professional, but we have seen a couple of little problems pop up, partly because of the heat. And one of the other things we talked about is directly responsible because of the heat. Errors. Yeah, when drivers drop wheels off the track, they kick up some of this gravel on the side of this track. We've seen punctures, and I think this also is going to play a major part in this race, is tire punctures.
Now, the big story on the start will be the chicane. You saw in our course description, turn number 1. They will not go through the chicane on the start, but it's still a little bit of a tight squeeze to run double wide past the chicane off into Super Speedway turn 1. So this is going to be hairy. You could throw the whole thing away here before you even get into the first corner.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit of game playing right now too. Like, remember the Audis have the turbocharged motor, so there's a little bit of a lag when they jump on the throttle. Now look, they got the brakes on, so they're trying to build up some boost. They have desperately to get away from this big Pano sitting back in 3rd place. And look at Magnussen. He is just waiting to pounce right now.
Pace cars off. Here they come down to the starting line. Green is out. The Grand Prix of Texas has begun.
Well, here we go. This is down into NASCAR 1 and 2, and they will carry a ton of speed through here.
McNish gets the jump. McNish takes the lead on the brake off into the first corner.
BMW is trying to get the pass up the outside of the Panos. Holy gee, what a move by that. Oh, and he got a little bit of a tap for the Panos coming off the corner. He just drifted a little wide.
With the leader, Alan McNish, seeking his 3rd straight win in the American Le Mans Series. There's the leaderboard. You're watching the American Le Mans Series on Speed Vision.
Starting to find failures.
Let's talk about that car stopping in the infield as Hans Stuck tries to find his, what's that, his drink hose? Maybe?
Yeah, I got a feeling that's exactly what it is.
There's the drink bottle down there, bottom of the screen.
Look at these. Hans, you've got in a knot.
Got to shift gears, got to get through the chicane.
Well, this will be well timed for him. Now he can afford to take both hands off the wheel.
He's got to catch up to the pace car first. But
that's terrible.
The knot is undone. There we go.
Whoop, on the rev limiter too.
Oh boy.
Come on, Hans. Just shift that thing, then you can get a drink.
Anyway, back to what I was talking about the Viper. The heat issue.
Yes.
Maybe at play there. Here's a team that's been perfect all the way through.
Yeah.
And now they've had a pit miscue on strategy, I felt anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
The last full course yellow, they waited until after the full course yellow was over.
I agree.
To bring the Beretta car in. And now here, a mechanical breakdown of some sort on this car that, again...
He's got the luxury of a clean track in front of him. None of the other cars can spray oil out of their tailpipes to fog up his helmet. So he wants to stay with perfect vision as long as possible. Just an added safety feature.
He's going to have to build up a pretty good lead over his teammate Frank Biela if he's going to be able to make a pit stop for a splash of fuel and go to the finish without losing the lead.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if you could do that either, because Biela is so quick in this car. At this point in the night, you really don't want to risk that much by pushing that much.
Looking Looking at some of the traffic now. There's the GT leader, Lucas Luhr. Faster cars coming through.
Whoa, boy.
This is when it gets hairy. The dark infield part of the course, when the field is bunched for a restart. This is what some of the drivers were talking about, being really concerned with, having the opportunity to make a mistake or get punted in traffic, like we saw Bill Auberlen have the issue there earlier in the dark infield part of the course.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to devote your attention to what's out in front, and you can kind of glance at the lights coming up in your mirror. But again, these lights are so bright. Oh, there's
the GT leader. The leader's in trouble. Lucas Luhr, what was that? We just talked about getting punted around in traffic in the jam up after the restart. He's got a right rear flat, maybe.
Oh man, there goes the lead for GT.
He better keep moving. He might get stuck in the gravel trap. All right, he's out of there.
Oh, and yeah, he's definitely got a
Look
flat
at the left
tire.
front.
Yeah, that's right. With the left front being off the ground, that car is down on the right rear. He has to be very careful not to go too quickly.
Let's take another look at it, see if we can see what happened.
Shredded. Well, he's
already got the tire down.
Already off the track. What on earth happened there?
Now, the tire was already down. That was smoke from the bodywork on the tire, I believe. Because when he went into the corner, it spun around like that. That tire was already flat. So he ran over something, got hit by someone, or hit something here in the jam after this restart. Yeah, the gravel kicked up out of the infield.
They're going to be sorry, but not that sorry.
Ooh, big jump on the brakes there for Capello as he had to duck to the inside of the BMW, flashing the lights at him. Why you?
Man, look at this. He still can't get by.
Wow.
He's being very cautious, and that is smart. Look at him. He actually leaned out of the cockpit and shook his hand to the driver.
It's tough. It's tough when you're driving the GT cars to race out the headlights, out the windshield. Bruno Lambert and Randy Pobst. Randy aboard, coming off the final corner, back around to the checkered flag. And here they come down to score the victory in the Grand Prix of Texas. Back-to-back wins for Alex Job Racing, Lambert and Pobst, the winners here in Texas tonight. Final results of the Grand Prix of Texas. Bila and Pirro score the win for Audi, gives them the lead in the Manufacturers' Championship in the American Le Mans Series. The team car, McNish and Capello, their bid for 3 straight, comes up 1 spot short. Here's the GT class winner, 11th place overall, Pobst and Lambert, finishing a lap ahead of the Wallach and Mawson Dick Barber Racing Porsche.